Okay then guys, welcome. This is one of the flight tests of the JD 509 Pioneer. This particular quadcopter you're probably quite familiar with. If you've seen the other videos on my feed, you would notice that this quadcopter is in fact the one that gets stuck in a tree. So I'm going to go today for a better flight, somewhere which isn't as wooded as previous. So let's give it a shot. Just before the flight, a couple of things to note. The 4 LEDs, 2 blue in the front, 2 white in the back. Small camera fitted on the front of it. This quadcopter does allow FPV flying. I don't know whether mine will mind after being stuck in a tree, but we'll soon find out. So this battery takes about 50 minutes to charge and you get 7 minutes of flight time out of it. Another thing to note about this particular copter is that it does have altitude hold. So as soon as we take off, I'm going to take it to an altitude, and then the barometer built inside of it will then allow it to maintain that altitude even without anything being done with the throttle. Okay, so it doesn't look as if we've got any signal for the FPV, but I've just hit video anyway, and let's see how far we go. Okay, so this is the first flight. As you can see, altitude hold has taken over. The barometer now knows exactly how high I'd like that quadcopter to be, so even without me touching anything, it is still maintaining that altitude. It's actually a very nifty quadcopter. I'm really pleased with this. I've had it for a couple of weeks. Obviously the first flight didn't go according to plan, as it ended up in a tree. But I am hoping that subsequent flights will be a little bit better. So the distance on this quad is, it goes up to 85 meters of what it says in the user manual. To be honest with you, I think you'll get a little bit further than that. I know there are other videos on YouTube which are showing that you can get up to about 100. So that be told might actually be true. So let's take her up a little bit higher. Let's just spin her around. Okay. Let's turn her around as well. Okay, we've still got no video on the FPV screen. Doesn't necessarily mean nothing is recording, so hopefully we still are going to get something out of this flight. I'm going to face the camera behind me just because of everybody's houses down there. I don't want anybody to record anything over there. So the altitude hold feature is very good. As you can see, it is maintaining its altitude very successfully, and this is even without me touching anything. I'm just turning the quadcopter around just to ensure that we get a nice flight. Okay, so as I said, flight time is about 7 minutes. It might be a little bit less than that if you're flying into the wind. So let's take her out one last time and then we'll bring her back. Okay, so trim needs a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's bring her back in. I don't want her to get eaten by one of these dogs here. Okay, so there we go. Let's just bring her above us, turn her around, and then bring her down. There are a couple of other features I want to go through. Actually, what we'll do is I'll keep her up a little bit, because one of these key features of this particular quadcopter in this price bracket is it does a key return. So if I just take her out a little bit for the minute, okay, and then stop her there and then turn her around to me, if I click a key return, it should return back to this transmitter's position. Okay, I'm going to take it over that because, oh, there's another tree. Right, let's bring her down. Okay, and then just to stop this quadcopter, both sticks out to the left and the right. Okay, so let's go and get her. The ground is a little bit soggy today. Just with morning dew, I don't want it to damage the copter in any way. Fortunately, the skids on this particular quadcopter are quite large. Okay, so there we have it. A couple of other things to note about the quadcopter: on and off button at the back. This particular quadcopter is the G model. The main difference with this to others, or to the W model I believe it is that this has FPV, whereas the other one has FPV as well, but you have to have your mobile connected. It doesn't come with an FPV screen. So there we go. This was the flight of the JD509 Pioneer quadcopter with altitude hold. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your comments and and I'll sure to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, thank you very much.